So I'm Stephen the Medium, and I was here just about a year ago for the first time to meet Lady of the Dunes and to connect with her on a spiritual level. And one of the great things about Lady of the Dunes is that she was on board with this documentary, and she still is. She's here, and she loves the director, producer Frank Durant. And that was one of my concerns when I started tuning into her. Is she going to be happy? Is she, Spirit really doesn't have those emotions, but I just wanted to make sure she was good with this, and she loves where this idea came from Frank. And she told me that the first time I met her. Lady of the Dunes is very excited and very happy and smiling right now because 2 weeks from this weekend is the premiere, and she loves what this documentary is about. And one thing that stands out is I came here, she's kind of making the rounds. She's going around you. She's going around everybody. But I meditated before I came for filming last year, and I remember when I tuned into her, I asked her, I said, you got to come to me and you've got to bring me on this journey. And she reached out and she showed me these most beautiful hands. And I didn't get it until after the meditation and the connection was done that I realized, oh my God, her hands were chopped off. That's why she showed me that she's got them back. Like these beautiful, beautiful hands in this beautiful soul. She's also saying how she loves the operator of the camera. She's very, very, very authentic energy. But she's also, it's very interesting. She just said to me, which I don't know if I've ever heard, she was a loner. Even in her life here, in the physical life, and even though she had people around her, she was still always a loner. She always felt isolated. And also, also she knew this was not going to be a long life either. I don't get that a lot in spirit. I have heard that before, but somehow she knew this was not going to be long. And I said this last year that she really doesn't come across as, I want this solved for me. She just cares about the people that are around, are working on this, and people that truly want justice. That's what she really is all about. She also keeps, I wrote a note from her. She dictated a note, and that's what I do as a medium. And I remember she gave me her initials, CAM or CEM or KEM and KAM. that's not it. There's a Mary she keeps talking about, and I have to be honest, I can't tell if that's connected to her or that's connected to you. First name, middle name, Mary. I don't know if someone that you've got in spirit is Mary, but she keeps talking about it. And there's a rose that from now until the documentary, a rose appears. I don't know exactly what the rose is. I don't know if when we get into the cinema, I've never been in the cinema, there's a rose picture. I don't know what this is, but she said she ends here, she comes here at night just to be here, even though clearly as a spirit, that's not where that's just her remains. She loves the fact of people that have done that, and she checks this once a night, but she's in the dunes. That's where she really is, and that's where her peace is. One last thing that Lady of the Dunes is saying to me is that even though there was a short life, she felt fulfilled. She's a very complex woman, because at one point she talks about how she's very isolated, but at a second point she talks about how she was in this short period of life. It wasn't about quantity for her; it was about quality. And that those years were just very meaningful to her. Susan is a very, very different person than Lady of the Dunes. Susan is very, very shy. I know that from what I just was told. I think she was just about 19, so she's young. But very, very quiet, very shy, really shy in school. As a young girl. She keeps showing me pony pigtails. She keeps referencing her father, and I'm asking her if her father's here or across, and I don't know yet. And someone also, after this happens in her family, also, it's sort of, I guess, expected because you're losing a child. She just said there's two. I don't know if it's her, Susan, and a sibling, or she's got two siblings. She just said two. But I think it's the father, is just like a lot of mental stuff going on. And it took, it's very interesting. You would think that because there's a connection with P-Town in this sort of surrounding area, and because of the way they were killed, you would think it would have happened soon after Susan died, or after Lady of the Dunes died, that there'd be some kind of connection between the two of them. But Lady of the Dunes just said Susan was sort of like a hold-off, or she just waited. But now they're very, very good friends. Susan's much more comfortable, and Susan also loves the fact that this documentary is coming out, even though she, is not directly connected to Lady of the Dunes, but in the same, I guess, area. She also keeps, I don't know if her sibling isn't another S, but she keeps, it sounds like she's saying, I don't know if she's saying Cheryl, or an S or a C name connection. She just, I don't know if you heard that weird little noise. She's just got bringing a lot of the people that are here in spirit with her, as just even though she's not as shy, she still needs sort of some support forward. Lady of the Dunes, and I told the director Frank that this is big. Once this documentary is done, it keeps getting bigger because of his documentary. It just keeps expanding. It's like an onion, she kept telling me. And Susan saying the same thing, that because of sort of like the fallout of this documentary, Lady of the Dunes, is going to certainly help her. But she's very, very quiet. and she's just, Lady of the Dunes is also holding her hand. I just love how Lady of the Dunes uses her hand just to keep promoting, I've got my hands, nobody can take them away from me now. So, which is a great thing. And they're just kind of just like hanging around and walking. It's one thing Susan does not talk about her final moments, her crossing. You know, I do a lot of readings. Some spirit will talk about it, some do not want to talk about it. She doesn't want to talk about it. Even though she keeps showing me her lunchbox, school. She keeps connecting school. I don't know if she's in school when she dies, if she's in college, she's in high school, but she connects school, and then just in a very cute manner says, "That's all I got right now. That's all I have."
Really mean, like nasty, like flares, angry, that kind of mean. Violent temper. Oh, and I am like so dizzy right now. I'm like, my head's spinning. So we're looking at anywhere from that corner as it makes the bend, from there to that down tree, bumping up in your hand. I'm feeling yucky. So I'm feeling nauseous, I'm feeling dizzy, I'm feeling out of it, like cloudy, foggy, like almost like in and out of consciousness. Like if I needed to run away, I couldn't. So she was heavily drugged. Do we know if we waited till they were dead before he dismembered? I almost want to say he didn't. That they were close to it, but I think he probably didn't wait. Almost because that's his extreme deviance. It's like, it's very, when I see demons, it's that same demonic vibration. There's a certain vibration that you get when you deal with demonic energy, and he has that. He shifts, he snaps, he gets really dark, and then he kind of that diabolical, he feeds off it, almost like he gets off of the crazy, that anger, and that's why I think he didn't wait till they were dead. It was even more exciting to know for him. Got hit in the back of the head, fell forward, almost like to grab something. I don't know if it was in the car or outside the car. She falls forward. I think she starts to run. She's not knocked out, but she's a mess. Her head's killing her. Did he have a type like brunettes? Yeah, this is a type. I'm seeing a similarity to madness. And then she falls. She doesn't make it too far. She just stumbles and falls. And he just punches her in the face. He's just punching her until she gets knocked out. Because now it's getting to be work for him, and he's a lazy person. So it's work now. So he has to make her stop so that she stops moving, running, screaming, anything. But she gave the good fight. If that means, literally, I'm like blacking out. So we're really close. And once again, I want to go in. I want to go in here. My head is just spinning. I just feel like I'm like. So I'm going to ask if I can fine tune and talk to somebody. So does anyone here, any of the girls? Can you throw out some of the names again? Sydney's here. Anyone here that's like to talk to me? Susan, are you here?
She's very shy, Susan.
Marianne? Marianne or Patricia?
Where's it, Marianne? Who's here with me? I can see you. So all I'm seeing is down. I'm trying to have them look up. They can't look up. And she's just kind of crawling. And so that's not giving me an actual location. And then giving up. This is whoever ran. She was able to get this far. And then it was lights out. So Sydney's saying that she's not here. This is where she is. There was a place not too far away that she used to go and hang. So but this is nicked. I mean, not necessarily like within 5 minutes. Like, this is not where she's going to be. She's where it was one of her favorite places. It was her place to be, and so that's where she's at right now. That's where, if you want to go talk to her, that's where we go. Because she's not here. She was really quiet. It feels like she was really quiet. She kept a lot of emotion in. Because I'm trying to say, well, where was that spot? And she's private. Like, that was my place. So she's not sharing, but I don't think I'm going to get much more out of that at this spot from her at this moment.